Welcome back, Hard Forkers. Yes, can you believe it? 2 shows in 1 week. So we are committed to the space. What's going to be happening here with the team, Jesse, Baloo, and myself, we're going to be doing a couple of trading shows a week and also a crypto catch-up show, which you can tune into tomorrow. So tell your friends about us. And that show will be sharing our learnings over the last 7 years in the space. Today, this is a short trading show that's going to cover Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the alts. We're actually going to divide that into all 3 categories, make it short and sweet for you moving forward. Welcome back, Jesse. Great to see you, Baloo. And on that note, I shall hand it over to our trading expert, Baloo, to tell us where we are at. Over to you, sir.
Let me just share my screen here. All right, so we're looking at Bitcoin here on the weekly. Now, the trend is your friend until it ends, and the trend is an uptrend. I don't get too fancy with things. A lot of people think that TA is a way to predict the market. It is not. It is a way for you to interpret the present, and the present trend is up. There is a very sticky resistance here at around the 30K level. We're trying to get above it. We keep getting rejected from it. But the moment we get above $32,000, I'm thinking that we rally up to basically 50. There's really not much holding us back once we get above that level. So if you do get a clean break above 30, we'd be looking at a move with an unencumbered move up to approximately 45, 46, maybe even $50,000 on the extended target for Bitcoin. I'm still bullish with the alphanumerics indicator. We are still green. The wave down here is green. Green is good. Green means we're bullish. And when we go down to the 4-hour, we actually just recently got another buy signal here on the alphanumerics indicator. Let me just turn this. Let me get rid of these boxes here. You can see this green diamond down here in the green wave. Not much of a contrast, but there's a green buy signal here that flashed at around 29,000, and we're currently at 29.2. Things are looking good for Bitcoin in the short term. They're looking good in the medium term, and they're looking good in the long term. So quite bullish on Bitcoin overall. Another one that is up against a serious resistance that I think is it's a similar story here on ETH. You know, as soon as we break above $2,000 on Ethereum, there's nothing holding us back till like 32, 33, maybe even $3,500 for the price of Ethereum. So the whole market is kind of waiting to see what Bitcoin will do. It's waiting to come to a directional bias. So if Bitcoin breaks past that 32, you're going to see a lot of other alts follow suit, and predominantly ETH will be very likely to get up to that $3,000 to $3,500 range. As far as other alts, I don't really want to cover.
Baloo, can I just jump in there quickly? Clearly,
sure,
Jesse's just run off to get his wallet to buy some Bitcoin after hearing that. We're going to be talking through how to go about that in tomorrow's show, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. But just quickly before we get into the alts, a couple of things. Baloo mentioned alphanumerics. If you don't know what that is, there's links below. This is an algo trading. We call this a bot.
The bot. So this is an indicator. We've been using this indicator for many years. We have automated the indicator. If you don't want to be the type of person to, be glued to a screen all the time, you can take this indicator and you can automate it using a trading bot called Blackbox, which we just launched last week or 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
and,
links below. Links below to that, people. So I encourage you to check that out. There's also a link to one that I'm using from a company called Sequence. And on the next show, we're going to look at the performance of both of these options that we're going to provide to you. They are free. And next show, we're going to go over how they performed over the last 6 months for myself.
Okay, I just got to add, watch out when you're typing in the website for Blackbox. I did it recently, and it custom website than you.
Yeah, don't go to blackbox.com. Go to blackbox.pro.
It was horrific, but I stayed on. I got a subscription and everything. But
Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Keeping
there
it
you
clean
go.
here, guys. Keeping it short and sweet. So, Baloo,
Yeah.
typically what we're seeing here is all eyes on BTC. ETH tends to follow
Basically.
that, is what I'm hearing. And then if we
Yeah.
see big moves in ETH up to that 3,200 mark, do you think that then kicks off alt season would be the question?
Alt season may be a little bit more of it may take a little bit longer for alt season to take effect. So when we look at Bitcoin dominance, let me just make this a little bit cleaner, turn alpha metrics off. When we take a look at Bitcoin dominance, we actually just broke out of a long-term multi-year trading range. And the assumption is this breakout is going to have a continued rally. So altcoins may not outperform Bitcoin, but Bitcoin will certainly drag them up as a result of the breakout. So you can see higher prices in alts. It just may not be higher prices in terms of Satoshis. You're not going to see more Bitcoin as a result of it. But this is the step one. This is phase one of the bull market. Things aren't going to be super clear as far as outperformance, but the whole market kind of travels as one. So it's bullish overall.
Okay, fantastic. Any particular alts you want to have a look at before we wrap it up?
I mean, for me, I'm kind of risk off for a lot of stuff and then complete degenerate for other stuff. So I don't really mess around with the top 20 personally. I have Bitcoin, little tiny bit of Ethereum, and then beyond that, I go to new projects. And for me, a sector in the space that I think is quite interesting is the BRC20 tokens. So this is not going to be your top 20 coins, but one project that has me quite interested is TRAC, TRAC. And this is the equivalent of Chainlink on the Bitcoin network. I haven't bought, full disclosure, I don't hold a position in this. I'm waiting for it to come back into the green wave here. But, I'm watching this project quite closely. I think it's going to be a winner for this cycle. If it does what it says it does, which is, Oracle data and indexing of information across the blockchain, it's a very important project. So more on the degen side of things, but I take some educated bets on the low market cap stuff every once in a while.
Okay, fantastic. Now we do want to keep this particular show short and sweet. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and also to Baloos. The links below are there for you, also to the algos that we've just discussed. Before we wrap this up, Jesse, any questions on these charts?
No, I was going to say the general consensus that we are in some sort of like the beginnings of a bull market. But some people say either A, it's going to be the last of the Mohicans when it comes to big bull runs, like, crazy, volatile, upward, parabolic, crazy bull run. Who knows if that's true or not? But is this, like, from what you see and what you imagine, is this going to be a more gradual thing? I mean, like, or do you think that we're eventually going to reach one of those parabolic up insanity moments where everything's, where you can see the end of the line, where you can see the light at the end of the tunnel? Because usually when it starts getting parabolic like that, it goes the other direction pretty soon after that.
Yeah. I think for the remainder of 2023, it's going to be a slow uptick with a little bit of, shakeout volatility to have people second guess their positions. So we might have a shakeout here and there, but I think the overall trend will continue to be up or at least sideways for the rest of 2023. 2024, I expect there to be an acceleration and probably a breakout of the all-time high. And then beyond the all-time high, all bets are off, but it's going to be wild, in my opinion. It's going to be a big one.
Okay, fantastic. So as I say, people, short and sweet, we're actually going to divide the trading shows up into the three categories I mentioned: BTC, ETH, and the alts. And make sure you do subscribe once again. And we shall see you tomorrow. That show is going to be a bit longer form, and that's where we're going to share our personal thoughts about the industry with you. So we hope to see you all back here tomorrow for that one. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.